I think there's a complex relationship between individuals, the workplace, and global ethics. I mean, we try to resolve some of these things, like, for example, the human rights discussions, as if we could get some fundamental set of values. I think it goes the other direction. What we really need is more attention to the communication processes by which we reach resolution when we differ. For many of the people who have gone over into Iraq, for example, and they can't understand why women aren't suddenly using this opportunity to become like Western women. And so they presume that there's a natural human way of being and a natural human understanding that is ours, and that people who don't have it are deficient. I think you can't approach it that way. I mean, on what basis do you have that kind of an arrogance? And most often we see unethical behavior coming from a kind of ethical arrogance, not from the lack of an ethical standard. I mean, one of my favorite cartoons is the devil, being absolutely delighted by the number of religious fanatics we have, because the devil would be out of business without religious fanaticism. And so it's not the problem of an individual having a moral creed that they're trying to advocate across these. What we have is a problem as a world community which is pluralistic, of having insufficient communication context and skills to be able to work out how we're going to live in this same space together. And that's about losing our value arrogance and instead respecting the diversity of human beings and the complicated ways they've come about to make life together. If we were to do that, we both reflect more deeply on our own, become more practical about what of our values we really want to implement, as well as we become more open and able to live with others. We learn a lot in that process. And so I think it's a communication issue. It's not about these values and those values and how do these values, it's rather about how are we going to create the places where people who are fundamentally different still can make positive decisions together.